Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You're in mute. No, Prabhuji, we can't hear.
Now?
Yes, Prabhuji, now I can.
Okay. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayat. Ashtaprayeshu Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavata Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaaya Charanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. We are continuing on the occasion of Kartik month. The pastime where Lord Krishna kills Kamsa. For that, last weekend we were discussing about Akrura, what he was sent. Uh, just check. Yes. Okay. So this is from the chapter 40, Canto 10, the prayers of Akrura. Shri Akrura Uvacha Nathosmi aham tvakhilan hetu hetum Narayanam Purusham Adhyam Avyayam Yannabhijatad Aravinda Koshad Brahma Virasid Yata Esha Lokaha. Sri Akrura said, I bow down to you, the cause of all causes, the original and inexhaustible Supreme Person, Narayana. From the wall of the lotus born from your navel, Brahma appeared, and by his agency, this universe has come into being. Bhustoyam agnih pavanam kham adir mahan ajadir mana indriyani sarvendriyartha vibudasa sarve he tavaste jagatonga bhutaha. Earth, water, fire, earth, ether and its source. False ego, the Mahat Tattva, the total metal nature and her source, the Supreme Lord's Purusha expansion, the mind, the senses, the sense objects and the senses preceding deities. All these causes of cosmic manifestation are born from your transcendental body. Naite Swarupam Viduratmanaste Yada Ajadayo Natmataya Grihitaha Ajo Nubadham Vatah Sagunair Ajaya Gunat Param Vedanate Swarupam. The total material nature and these other elements of creation certainly cannot know you as you are, for they are manifested in the realm of dull matter. Since you are beyond the modes of nature, even Lord Brahma, who is bound up in these modes, does not know your true identity. Here in the purport, Prabhupada is we can see that God is transcendental to material nature. So unless we also transcend the limited consciousness of material existence, we cannot know Him. Even the greatest living entity in the universe, Brahma, cannot understand the Supreme unless he comes to the platform of pure Krishna consciousness. We are um, unable to see things as they are. We are not able to appreciate the absolute truth. Why? Because of our conditioning, because of the material nature. And here Akrura is praying to the Lord. If you remember, last Sunday we went through this chapter 39. In the chapter 39, Akrura goes to take Krishna Balaram to Mathura. And at the time, the gopis were thinking, oh, if Krishna goes, he will not survive. Or if he goes, yeah, even Yashoda doesn't know that Krishna is not going to come back. So after all, finally, Krishna and Balaram are taken on the chariot. So Akrura says, "Oh Krishna Balaram, sit on the chariot." He offered the seats. I'll go and take bath in the river. So when Akrura goes to take the bath in the river, with all the mantras reciting, when he immerses himself in water, he comes out and he saw uh, Krishna and Balaram. Then he was not sure, is it illusion or so he turned to the chariot and he saw Krishna Balaram there. And then Akrura could get the divine appearance of the Lord in the form of Ananta Sesha, who had 1,000 hoods, and all the description was made. And then we are continuing here, where Akrura, after having the darshan of the Lord, he is offering these wonderful prayers. And it is said in this that even Lord Brahma, who is bound up in these modes, does not know your true identity. So, what to speak of us? Yeah. So, what is the qualification to appreciate the Lord as He is? That one should come to the platform of goodness, pure goodness. Consciousness should be Krishna conscious. When one is in pure Krishna consciousness, yeah, then it's possible. Tvam yogina yajanti adda mahapurusham ishwaram sadhyatmam sadibhutam cha sadidaivam cha sadavaha. Pure yogis worship you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by conceiving of you in the threefold form comprising the living entities, the material elements that constitute the living entities' bodies, and the controlling deities of those elements. Triya cha vidyaya keche tvam vaitanika dvijaha yajante vitatair yagnair nana rupa marakhyaya. Brahmanas who follow the regulations concerning the three sacred fires worship you by chanting mantras from the three Vedas and performing elaborate fire sacrifices for the various demigods who have many forms and names. Purport. Akrura has now described how those who follow the path of Sankhya, Yoga, and the three Vedas worship the Supreme Lord in different ways. In the various places where the Vedas appear to recommend that one worship Indra, Varuna, and other demigods, these demigods are stated to be supreme. But at the same time, the Vedas state that there is one supreme controller, the absolute truth, that is Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who expands his potency through material creation into the forms of demigods. Thus, worship of the demigods goes to him through the indirect method of karma kanda or fruitive religious rituals. Ultimately, however, one who wants to achieve eternal perfection should worship the Lord directly in full Krishna consciousness. So, this purport speaks for itself the importance of worshipping directly Lord Krishna. Only when we worship Lord Krishna, then we are in direct Krishna consciousness or in full Krishna consciousness. Other means, yeah, in the next verses we will understand um, what are various indirect means and ultimately what is the best. Ekatva karmani sanyasayopasamam gataha jnanino yagnena yajanti jnana vigraham. In pursuit of spiritual knowledge, some persons renounce all material activities and having thus become peaceful, perform the sacrifice of philosophical investigation to worship him, worship you, the original form of all knowledge. This is about, in the purport it says, modern philosophers pursue knowledge without bothering to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus they naturally end up with meager, if not trivial results. So, this is to speak about those who are Gyanis. Uh, in pursuit of spiritual knowledge. So, the Gyanis are always eager to know more, know more, know more. They are trying their best to go to the depths and breadths of this Vedic knowledge. But what is happening? This knowledge, one becomes fat. The other day I was seeing one where it says that one is um, having now access to all those books, yeah, which were actually uh, in big libraries, uh, covered with dust and spider webs, spinners, and all these things. Why? Because no one were able to see access them, and but now everything is available, and it's just interest of a person to really read all these things. He may do that. What happens is such some persons renounce all material activities and having thus become peaceful. So if we want to be peaceful, it is very nice just if we can renounce all the material activities, because the cause of our suffering is engaging ourselves in the material energy. The more we get detached and we carry those with renounced way of living, then mind becomes peaceful, because we understand it is not through matter we can enjoy. It is not the purpose of our life. So this knowledge is what we call spiritual knowledge. But what happens is then uh, perform the sacrifice of philosophical investigation to worship you. This is what happens, that modern philosophers pursue knowledge more than actually engaging in service of the Lord. Because they are not engaging in the service of the Lord, the result is very meager, if not very trivial. अन्ये च संस्कृतात्मानो विधिनाभिहितेन हितेन ते यजन्ति त्वं मया त्वां वै बहुमूर्ति एकमूर्तिकम्. And yet others, we are talking about other class of worshippers, those whose intelligence is pure, follow the injunctions of Vaishnava scriptures promulgated by you, absorb their minds in thought of you, they worship you as the one supreme Lord manifesting in multiple forms. So, the difference, if we really want to understand how a devotee is special and how a devotee is perfect and how a devotee has attained complete understanding, is mentioned here. What is it said? A devotee is not following blindly. A devotee also, here he says, those whose intelligence is pure. So, knowledge is very important. Without knowledge, yeah, how can one one's intelligence, yeah, knowledge is the basis for intelligence, and pure knowledge means is developing towards pure intelligence. Here he says, what is the way to do it? Follow the injunctions of Vaishnava scriptures promulgated by you. So whoever is accepting Krishna's word to the point as it is, he is a Vaishnava. And what he says, that surrender unto me, give up everything, surrender unto me. Absorbing their minds in thought of you, they worship you as the one supreme Lord manifesting in many forms. Purport is nice, where it says the word Samskritatmanaha, those whose intelligence is pure, is significant here. It implies that the worshippers mentioned before have not completely purified their intelligence of material contamination and thus worship the Lord indirectly. Those who are purified, however, directly worship the Lord, either as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, or as one of his various plenary forms such as Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, or Aniruddha as indicated here. त्वमेवन्ये शिवोक्तेन मार्गेण शिवरूपिणं बह्वाचार्य विभेदेन भगवन्तं उपासते. There are still others who worship you, the Supreme Lord, in form of Lord Shiva. They follow the path described by him and interpreted in various ways by many teachers. The words Tvam Eva, you also indicate that the path of worshipping Lord Shiva is indirect and therefore inferior. Akrura himself is following the superior method by directly worshipping Krishna or Vishnu with his prayers. सर्वेव यजन्ति त्वां सर्वदेव महेश्वरम् ये अप्यन्य देवता भक्ता यद अप्यन्य दियः प्रभो. But all these people, my Lord, even those who have turned their attention away from you and are worshipping other demigods are actually worshipping you alone, O embodiment of all demigods. Purport. The idea here is that even those who worship the demigods are indirectly worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu. The understanding of such worshippers, however, is imperfect. यथाद्रि प्रभवा नद्यः पर्जन्यापूरिता प्रभो विशन्ति सर्वतः सिद्धुं तद्वत्त्वां गतयो अन्ततः. As rivers born from the mountains and filled by the rain flow from all sides into the sea, so do all these paths in the end reach you, O Master. This purport is very important, kind of summarizing the whole understanding. It says, Lord Krishna himself speaks on this issue of worship in Bhagavad Gita 9:23-25. ये अप्यन्य देवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विता तेऽपि माम् एव कौन्तेय ययन्ति अविधि पूर्वकम् अहं हि सर्वयज्ञानां भोक्ता च प्रभुरेव च न तु माम् अभिजानन्ति तत्त्वेन तश्च वन्ति ते यान्ति देवव्रता देवा पितॄन् यान्ति पितृव्रताः व्रताः भूतानि यान्ति भूतेज्य यान्ति माद् याजिनोऽपि माम्. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. This is the understanding. Sattvam rajastama iti bhavatah prakritirgunaah teshu hi prakrita prokta abrahmastavaradayah. Goodness, passion, and ignorance, the qualities of your material nature, entangle all conditioned living beings from Brahma down to the non moving creatures. तुभ्यं नमस्ते तु अविशत्तदृष्टये सर्वात्मने सर्वदिया साक्षिणे गुणप्रवाहोऽयम् अविद्यया कृतः प्रवर्तते देवनिर्तिर्यग् आत्मसु. From here, Akrura is offering his prayers. I mean, of course, he was also offering prayers in glorification. Here he goes glorifying each of the Vishnu Tattvas. I offer my obeisances to you, who, as the supreme soul of all beings, witness everyone's consciousness with unbiased vision. The current of your material modes, produced by the force of ignorance, flows strongly among the living beings who assume identities as demigods, humans, and animals. Agnirmukha Deva Nir Agnir Suryo Nabho Nabhiratho Disha Srutihi Dyaukam Surendra Stababhavo Runavaha Kukshir Marut Pranabalam Prakalpitam Romani Vrikshaushadaya Sira Ruha Megha परस्यास्ति नखानि ते द्रयः निमेषनं रात्रि अहनि प्रजापतिर्मेद्रस्तु वृष्टिस्तव वीर्यमीष्यते. Fire is said to be your face, the earth your feet, the sun your eye, and the sky your navel. The directions are your sense of hearing, the chief demigods your arms, and the oceans your abdomen. Heaven is thought to be your head, and the wind your vital air and physical strength. The trees and plants are the hairs on your body, the clouds the hair on your head, and the mountains the bones and nails of you, the supreme. The passage of day and night is the blinking of your eyes, the progenitor of mankind, your genitals, and the rain, your semen. त्वयव्ययात्मन् पुरुषे प्रकल्पिता लोका सपाला बहुजीवसङ्कुलाः यथा जले सञ्जिहते जलौकशो अप्युदुम्बरे वा मसका मनोमये. All the worlds with their preceding demigods and teeming populations originate in you, the inexhaustible Supreme Personality of Godhead. These worlds travel within you, the basis of the mind and senses, just as aquatics swim in the sea or tiny insects burrow within an Udumbara fruit. Yani yani hi यानि यानिह रूपाणि क्रीडानार्थं बिभर्षिः तैरामृष्ट शुचो लोका मुदा गायन्ति ते यशः. To enjoy your pastimes, you manifest yourself in various forms in this material world, and these incarnations cleanse away all the unhappiness of those who joyfully chant your glories. नमः कारणः मत्साय प्रलयाद्भिचराय च हर हयशीर्ष्णे नमस्तुभ्यं मधुकैटभा मृत्यवे अकूपाराय बृहते नमो मन्दरधारिणे क्षित्युद्धार विहाराय नमः सूकरमूर्तये. I offer my obeisances to you, the cause of the creation, Lord Matsya, who swam about in the ocean of dissolution, to Lord Hayagriva, the killer of Madhu and Kaitava, and to the immense tortoise, Lord Kurma, who supported Mandhara mountain, and to the boar incarnation, Lord Varaha, who enjoyed lifting the earth. In the purport, there is just a side note which says Vishwakosha, which is the dictionary, states that the word Akuparaya indicates the king of tortoise. Namaste Adbhuta Simhaya Sadhuloka Bhayapaha Vamanaya Namastubhyam Kranta Tribhuvanaya Cha. Obeisances to you, the amazing lion, Lord Narsimha, who remove your saintly devotee's fear, and to the dove Vamana who stepped over the three worlds. Namo Bhrugunam Pataye Dripta Kshatravana Chidhe Namaste Raghuvaryaya Ravananta Karayacha. Obeisances to you, Lord of Bhrugus, who cut down the forest of conceited royal order, and to Lord Rama, the best of the Raghu dynasty, who put an end to the demon Ravana. Namaste Vasudevaya Namah Sankarshanaaya Cha Pradyumnaya Anuruddhaya Satvatam Pataye Namaha. Obeisances to you, Lord of Satvatas, and to your forms of Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Namo Buddhaya Suddhaya Daitya Danava Mohine Mlecha Praya Kshatra Hantre Namaste Kalki Rupine. Obeisances to your form as the faultless Lord Buddha, who will bewilder the Daityas and Danavas, and to Lord Kalki, the annihilator of meat eaters, posing as kings. Bhagavan Jiva Loke Lokoyam Mohitastava Mayaya aham mameti asad graho bhramyate karma vartmasu. O Supreme Lord, the living entities in this world are bewildered by your illusory energy, becoming involved in the false concepts of I and my. They are forced to wander along the paths of fruitive work. Aham chatmajat aham atma atmajagara dharartha svajanadishu brahmami स्वप्नकल्पेषु मूढ़ः सत्यधिया विभुः. Sorry, let me read again. अहं चात्मात्मजागर दारार्थ स्वजनादिषु ब्रह्मामि स्वप्नकल्पेषु मूढ़ः सत्यधिया विभो. I too am deluded in this way, O Almighty Lord, foolishly thinking my body, children, home, wife, money, and followers to be real, though they are actually as unreal as a dream. Anityanatma dukkheshu viparyaya matirhi aham dvandvaramastamo vishto na jane tvatmanah priyam. Thus mistaking the temporary for the eternal, my body for myself, and sources of misery for sources of happiness, I have tried to take pleasure in material dualities. Covered in this way by ignorance, I could not recognize you as the real object of my love. यथाद्भु यथा बुधो जलं हित्वा प्रतिच्छन्नं तत् उद्भवैः अभ्येति मृगः सृशां वै तद्वत्त्वाहं परामुखः. Just as a fool overlooks a body of water covered by the vegetation growing in it and chases a mirage, so I have turned away from you. Notsaheham kripana dihi kama karma hatam manaha rodhum pramatidbhischaksher hriyamanam itastataha. My intelligence is so crippled that I cannot find the strength to curb my mind, which is disturbed by material desires and activities and constantly dragged here and there by my obstinate senses. सोऽहं दवाङ्घ्रि उपगतोऽस्मि अथताम् असतां दुरापम् तच्चापहं भवद् अनुग्रह ईश मन्ये पुंसो भवेद्यर्हि संसरणापवर्गस्त्वयि अब्ज नाभ सदुपासनाय मतिः स्यात्. Being thus fallen, I am approaching your feet for shelter, O Lord, because although the impure can never attain your feet, I think it is nevertheless possible by your mercy. Only when one's material has ceased, O lotus naveled Lord, can one develop consciousness of you by serving your pure devotees. नमो विज्ञानमात्राय सर्वप्रत्ययहेतवे पुरुषे स प्रधानाय ब्रह्मणेऽनन्तशक्तये शक्तये. Obeisances to the Supreme Absolute Truth, the possessor of unlimited energies. He is the embodiment of pure transcendental knowledge, the source of all kinds of awareness and predominator of the forces of nature that rule over the living being. नमस्ते वासुदेवाय सर्वभूतक्षयाय च ऋषिकेश नमस्तुभ्यं प्रपन्नं पाहि मां प्रभो. O son of Vasudeva, obeisances to you, within whom all living beings reside. O Lord of mind and senses, again I offer my obeisances. O Master, please protect me, who I am surrendered unto you. Thus end this chapter titled The Prayers of Akrura. And these are the prayers of a devotee, a pure devotee. This is what we can see. It is very, very clear. Yeah, even if we use our common sense, we can see there are so many. occasions where people say, hey, why can't we worship Lord like this? Why not like this? Why can't we worship the Lord as nature? Yeah, because the nature is what is giving us everything. Why can't we worship the Lord in the form of the grahas, planets? In fact, the planets are the cause of our happiness, distress. Why not to worship the Lord in the form of sun, uh, in different forms? And sometimes, why to even worship? Just knowing knowledge itself, Krishna is saying that Jnana yogis are also attaining perfection. Why not just become a Jnana yogi? Uh, or yeah, maybe better than that is dhyana. Yeah, after all, knowing everything is not the only purpose. Is actually to meditate upon the Lord. So become a dhyana yogi. So in this chapter, we can see Akrura is saying there are so many kinds of worshippers who are turning to you, but all these are indirect. The direct is to worship you, and he is offering prayers. So if one really want to uh, pick up some nice prayers one can offer here, these are very simple prayers. Yeah, inspired to see how one can pray to the Lord in simple ways, can offer these prayers. And yeah, one may not have to really look into all this Vishnu Sahasranamas, or one will have to take to this, what is that, Sundara Kanda. There are so many which are very, very elaborate, long, which takes hours together. The Soem summary is mentioned in just few verses. In a matter of 10 verses, one can offer the prayers to the Lord, glorifying Him in all uh, grandeur, uh, the principal incarnations, and yeah, Akrura becomes successful in his prayers. Next chapter would be about Krishna and Balaram enters Mathura. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be very very fortunate to discuss this. Uh, it also means, yeah, I think as devotees we think, oh, we want to enter Mathura, we want to go to Vrindavan, we want to go to Mathura. Here the Lord Himself, they were not there; they entered Mathura. Yeah, and when Lord enters Mathura, what happens? We will see tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments? Any questions? Anyone has? If not, then we close here. Yeah, thank you very much. पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण।